It was kind of ironic. I got a call from Canada Dry in New Orleans, and they were looking for somebody to manage the plant. So I went over there and interviewed over there, and they started me the Monday morning. And I told them I had to bring Walter with me, so we did, and it worked out good. So we were a good package, plant manager and a maintenance supervisor all together. And Walter got to learn a lot running that plant too. In fact, we had Vincent Cucci, who was my old maintenance guy that used to help us at Shasta. And he was getting up in the age, but I hired him just to more or less sit on the side with Walter and teach him how to do some of the machines, because a lot of those stuff over there was different kind of equipment. And Walter learned everything and got better and better on the maintenance, and we had the plant running good. So we stayed there for the next 4 years. We started out at about 1 million cases, and we ended up doing about 4 million cases, and they sold the company. They ended up shutting it down, and Walter went to Pepsi-Cola. After all these years we were working together, it was kind of a rough way to go. But Walter went to Pepsi, and I went to National Chemsearch. So while working at Canada Dry, I almost turned it into a family thing. I had Terry working over there, and I had Joan working over there. We had Walter was already there, him and I, and then we had John. Of course, we had to watch John. He was driving the forklift truck if we didn't get run over. You know, anytime you got close to him, you had to get out the way. But it was pretty neat. We had 3 plants. We had the New Orleans division, we had Memphis division, and we had Arkansas. And Walt and I would fly to do some of the maintenance work, and we were trying to improve the efficiency up there. So we spent a lot of time going back and forth and working on their equipment, trying to fix them up. At Canada Dry, we started out at 1 million cases a year and ended up at 4 million cases a year. And I happened to be in Little Rock, Arkansas the night that Elvis died. So I went downstairs and I picked up about 4 or 5 newspapers. And in fact, I gave one to each one of my kids, and I kept a couple of them for me. I still have my 2. Walt came with me first early on, and then he stayed with me all those years, and it gave him a lot of experience. And then John went on to be a first-class engineer, and he started getting jobs traveling all over. Walter, he was actually the union president at one time, and him and I both worked for the millwright for a short time. And then he went on to work in Pepsi and in Reserve, and then he got the opportunity to be plant manager at 7-Up in Wisconsin, and got to travel around. And John ended up doing building chief engineer and traveled all around. Terry ended up working for the coroner's office for 22 years or so in various capacities, and she was highly respected over there. And Mitch actually worked with her for a while. In fact, all of us kind of helped each other out at one time or another.